to help me discuss the Kyrie Irving surprise trade that happened yesterday. But of course, my brother he usually joins us over the phones for this sort of thing. He's actually here in person. He's passing through Chattanooga, so I thought I'd grab him and make him do the show with me. And I was very much looking forward to that, but of course he has the timing of a newt or, you know, a Donald Trump tweet. And so like he's here and then he stepped out and now he's not here. So we're going to have to begin the show, even though I'm looking forward to talking about many of these things with him. I'll begin the show with some college football stuff because he doesn't care very much for college football. And I wanted to do the Lane Kiffin story with him because it's fun. But we'll have to hold off on that. But we can start with the Jim McElwain story. Jim McElwain has decided that, well, not decided. He has announced, which is not the same thing as decided because there's always some gamesmanship in college sports where you're trying to mislead and misdirect the opposition by putting stuff out in the media that may or may not possibly be true. So Jim McElwain has announced that it's very possible that he could be playing all three of his quarterbacks, all three of them, right? Trank, Franks, and Zaire, he could be playing all three of them in the Michigan game, which is a very important game, I think, because it's a big non-divisional game. It's a game that's going to a non-conference game rather. It's a game that's going to possibly decide if you could make the college football playoff because quality non-conference wins help put you over the edge. If people think that there's a little bit of incestuousness going on in your conference where you just beat up on your conference and you all beat up on each other and are you actually any good, those games where you play out of conference against quality opponents like Michigan, Alabama is going to be who's Alabama starting the season against? Out of conference opponent as well. So you're going to be playing these games that are important, which is why I think it is largely and wildly important that you possibly don't waste everybody's time with quarterback trio, right? Like you don't waste everybody's time with let's play three different quarterbacks. My brother's slinking in here like I'm not going to comment on you. I'm going to put you completely on blast. I told you had the timing of a Trump tweet. It just the wrong time. We were starting the show. We were ready to start with you, and then look at you just walking in here all late. What do you want? What do I want? I introduced you and everything. We're looking forward to introduce me. I had to mention.
You say he's later coming on. I don't understand. What did you introduce me? Mouthfully introduce me.
Because you're here. You're physically here in person. This is not like one of those times where you call over the phone. No, it's like you're actually here.
Just you have a special surprise later in the show. My brother will come and join me.
I mean, what you see the computer
where there needs improvement.
To improve,
to aggrandize where grandeur is required. To basically generally make Clutch with Keon Rose what it was meant to be when first envisioned in the mind's eye of its creator. And so this is what it is. This is where I'm here to make the show better. These headphones practically. That's it. I said on the radio, no one else can hear it in my headphones.
Why did I bring you here? What did I invite you here for?
I invited myself. No one invited
you. Make me sick. Okay, so we're going to talk about the Kyrie thing a little bit later on in the show. I was letting everybody know that we were just going to do the college football stuff first, and
quickly,
and put that out in the streets here and get this stuff. So we're talking about Jim McElwain and the three quarterback solution. I do know very much that you want to revisit the Shark story that you were not physically here for. So we'll get to that part. I'm just talking about Jim McElwain deciding that he's going to play three quarterbacks in one game, even though that has never worked.
Why is Jim McElwain just insistent on making like all of the dumb coach moves? You know what I'm talking about? Like all of the, we're not really sure what we're going to play. We don't know what our injury list is. I'm going to be dry and boring with the media. This is my team. I'm the coach. Rah rah. I'm the big strong man. I'm so tired of him already. I've never seen him. I've seen him on a dead shark, but I've never seen physically Jim McElwain.
Jim McElwain insists that you did not see him on a dead shark.
I hear the photo is funny because he looks like Jim McElwain. The photo is funny. The drunk guy on the shark.
The drunk guy on the shark does look very much like Jim McElwain. It's kind of a fuzzy picture, so it's not like clear. But you got the guy's face looks like Jim McElwain's face.
Not Jim McElwain.
So you're going to let the doubt tell the story for you?
I hear it looks a lot like Jim McElwain. Who's to say? there's alcohol around Jim McElwain. Is that what we're saying? We're saying Jim McElwain has never had a drink of alcohol? You're making a lot of huge jumps. If I'm not Jim McElwain on the shark.
I'm making this one jump where Jim McElwain has not hunted for sharks. He's not fished for sharks.
We don't know that, though. He lives in Florida. There are sharks around Florida.
He lives in Florida now.
I mean, he lives in Florida at the time the picture was taken, is my point to you.
I mean, look, if this is where you're going to go with this, my point is that Jim McElwain, I don't believe that Jim McElwain would be naked on top of a shark.
And I want to live in a world where he was. What's so wrong with that?
Many things that you want that to be a world that you
I mean, besides the fact that he was not actually naked. Other than that, what's wrong with him being me thinking he was naked on a shark? If he was naked on a shark, good for him. Did he break any laws?
He probably broke a law. There's got to be some. I mean, sharks are endangered creatures. There's got to be at least one law about sharks.
He may have broken a law. That's okay.
Okay.
These things happen. I mean, I've never been naked on a shark, but also the radio audience doesn't know that I've not been naked on a shark. I'm willing to let them believe that if it's for entertainment purposes. So should Jim McElwain. That's all my point is. Why can't he let me have this?
He can't let you have that because nobody.
Why can't he let me have it in humor? Like, not even in like real. This is not a real thing that we're doing. I don't know. I'm naked on a shark.
I just heard him talk about it during SEC Media Days, and he sounded really hurt.
But someone was hurt in this feeling.
By the proposition that
no one thinks you were down on the shark. I do, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't even watch your football games.
And to me, it's just funny that they're particularly in the spotlight because Florida has a possibility of winning the SEC East. And so now, as you want to run away from this, the shark story is never going away. And then you do stuff like this, where it's like, yeah, we're going to play 3 quarterbacks in one game, even though we all know, like, you got to let your quarterback have a rhythm. Like, even if it's not the best guy, the second best guy with a rhythm is better than playing all 3 of them.
Tell me why Jim McElwain couldn't have done shark week. Why couldn't he turn into this? The right move is to steer into the hurricane here. Okay, it's not a real story. You can't get in trouble for this. Okay, you've not been dead on a shark. Okay, so steer in. Go hunting with a guy whose job is that we have shark problems, and then go hunting with him and make some naked jokes. Just steer into it. It'll be done in a week. Literally, Shark Week. It'll be done in one Shark Week.
Will be done in one shark.
Michael Phelps did it, and Michael Phelps didn't even have any controversy. He pre-hedged the controversy.
Actually,
he's never found dead on a shark. He doesn't have to worry about it.
No, he did have controversy, which is that he said he was going to race a shark, and then he raced a CGI shark.
Somehow he turned Shark Week into controversy. I'm not sure how you do that, but that is. But if Michael Phelps ever is found dead on a shark,
found on a dead shark. If he's found dead on a shark, we got a national tragedy. Also, the sports story of the century. Actually, the sports story of the century. Actively. You're listening to Clutch with Keon Rose on AM 1240 and 92.7 FM. I brought my brother on the show, and he's derailing it actively. So we'll see how it is that this goes as we try and hold this together. We're just going to move along to the next story, which is that I talked yesterday about Lane Kiffin consulting Art Briles for some kind of coaching advice and wisdom. Lane Kiffin has said today that he is, in fact, not consulting Art Briles. Now, I believe he means having Art Briles around him as a paid consultant. But given what Art Briles did at the University of Baylor, he should not be allowed anywhere near college football as a paid consultant or as a free consultant or as a consultant of any kind.
Who was consulting a man who was like covering up rape and prostitution? Who was consulting this person for advice? This person has failed fundamentally at like basic life checks. Like you go down like, am I doing the right things in life? And then, I protected T-wide rape. Came up on your life check, you went one way, the rest of us went the other way, and people don't take any advice from you.
It's multiple steps with Art Briles that makes his story terrible, because like if coaches have screwed up before, but when you actively recruit players with character problems, right, just because you're Baylor, so you can't get the best players without problems, he's trying to rebuild this program, so you need talent. You actively recruit guys with character problems. The guys with character problems get on your campus and display said character problems. Namely,
but it's more than that, because you can recruit guys with character problems, but you need an environment to put them in. It's like a sort of one that puts them in a place to succeed. So you take away all of these negative elements that are like surrounding them. You put them in your environment, which is supposed to bring the best out of them. What instead brought them out was, some rape. I don't know how else to say that.
Yeah.
It brought rape out.
Yes, one of the character problems displayed and never hidden, corrected, mentioned, or addressed was rape. Many of them on that campus, at which point Art Browse actively worked with the police to try and silence it, tried to get the victims, strong-arm the victims into keeping silent and not reporting anything, and actively worked with the chancellor of the university to make sure none of this stuff affected the football program.
So it's not like a novel point, but when you look at the structure of like what the top guy was willing to do to get away with something, is it surprise that there is this level of like felonies are happening on your inside of your program? The second you found out about a felony, your first reaction was, oh man, let's just get this taken care of. The sooner we get this guy out of here, the better. No, your reaction was, let's slow down. Let's pump the brakes. Let's talk to the police. Let's talk to the police in a different setting. Let's just, outside of the legal system, we'll punish the kid, right? Extra hard work, couple up downs, a couple hours in the sun running, carry this rock all 5,000 feet of the mile, that kind of stuff, but no jail time. Come on now. What are we doing? We're raising kids. We're grooming young men, champions of the world. Let's lie and coerce and bribe our way out of the situation that we found ourselves in. Which I guess a terrible human being and terrible coach is that.
And the thing is, he's not the only one. He's a symptom of the actual problem, which is that coaches are put in this position where, sure, I think many coaches would love to discipline, but your job first and foremost is actually not to raise young men. It is to win football games. You don't get to do any of the other stuff unless you win football games.
And if you believe Coach Calipari, it's not to do either of those things. It's to recruit. It is to get the very best talent onto the campus so that you can sell tickets. Your job is salesman.
Yes.
Your job isn't to groom young men into great athletes.
Or even win titles.
All of that noble Nick Saban stuff that you're hearing. No.
Even though, okay, and I got a bone to pick with Nick Saban on this, because a couple years back, Cam Robinson was an offensive lineman on his team, caught with marijuana paraphernalia, a unregistered weapon, and the judge lets him off. They got arrested in Louisiana, which is just already what are you doing?
But why? Okay.
But then Nick Saban doesn't suspend them for any games, gets hostile with the media when the media asks why, and he goes, well, we punished them internally. Like we did ride-alongs with the police and stuff, which is not a punishment, an actual right that you have as an American citizen to go, okay, what does my police department have to go through? You can just do ride-alongs with the police. That shouldn't be a punishment.
So it's the Scare Trade program. This was Nick Saban's.
That was his response to this. Yes.
Two misdemeanors and a felony. He was like, no jail time. I can't. Why do we keep having this? Why is that even an option? Just suffer the normal punishment. There's a legal system set up. And right, but too much money involved. The thing too,
Nick Saban didn't even have to reach out to the judge. The judge was a college football fan, and basically the ruling was, well, these guys have their whole lives ahead of them, so I don't want to be the guy that is the person that puts the roadblock up there. But it's just but that happens to everybody.
Right, look, there's a chance that you mess up in those early years when you're messing around, and you mess up big. This is part of life. Is that there are actual pitfalls where you make gigantic missteps and you fall into them, and then it takes forever to get yourself out of it. It could take 20 years. You could have thrown away 20 years of your life on just one. Yeah. I'm not going to say mistake if you have a gun. An unregistered weapon is multiple times I left the house with an unregistered weapon. People don't catch you on the first time with an unregistered weapon. That's not a thing.
Right. And here's the thing too with any of this stuff as well is when you look at how when other guys get arrested, right? If someone had gone to the University of Alabama and they wanted to be an art student or they wanted to be a law student or they wanted to be a student of any other thing other than football, these people too would have their entire lives ahead of them. But the ruling wouldn't be that for them. No, it's the guy who plays football that has his whole life ahead of him. No other 20-year-olds have their whole life ahead of them?
Every 20-year-old on the face of the world.
That's all of them.
Has this endless potential. Feeling endless
potential. They have
40 years of
they have unknown potential, which could be endless, but could also be just absolutely useless. There's no telling either way.
Oh, Schrodinger's cat. We've already got into the philosophy. Keon, the philosophy sports cat. That's what someone told you, isn't it?
Yeah. I've been told that before, which makes me very happy and proud. Because the alternative is we just stand here and just yuck, and don't actually accomplish anything on the show. which is not my point.
I mean, it's mine, though.
That's your point. Your point here is to actually derail me. But all right, Clash with Keon Rose and Intro 4892.7 FM. We're just going to keep chugging along. But as we mentioned, the Lane Kiffin thing, Lane Kiffin and Art Browse. I want to play this for you because you were not here when Lane Kiffin decided he was first being announced as the head coach of Florida Atlantic football. And
a school I had literally never heard of.
Until now, the Owls of Florida Atlantic.
Hoot, hoot.
And he put out a promo for Florida Atlantic football. We'll go ahead and take a listen to this and see how excited and thrilled Lane Kiffin sounds.
Hey, Owl Nation. This is Coach Kiffin. What an exciting time. Next week is National Signing Day. As we sign some of the best players in America, we need some of the best fans in America. So please join us next week for this exciting season. Come watch the Owls. Have a great year in the championship run, starting with you. Go Owls.
Look, there's so many moments in that. But did he believe anything he said?
I don't think so.
That's my first question. Next, the video is even better. He's looking off camera, and it looks like his whole family's been taken hostage. His ex-wife, his children. I'm assuming he has children.
I am assuming he has children also.
He cheated on his ex-wife is there as well, or whatever, just for flavor. And they're just like Al-Qaeda's holding them. They're just at gunpoint to read this awkward message.
Blink twice.
If you're okay, Lane. It's great. And then he paused. He was like, "Go out."
Go out.
I was like, what happened? Everything fell apart. Listen, I don't know. Was there no media training? I feel like Lane Kiffin has had media training.
Lane Kiffin has media training, and also Lane Kiffin is a charismatic guy when he wants to be. I just feel like he cannot get charismatic.
So what we're saying is he doesn't want to be.
Not for the Owls. Not for the Owls of Florida Atlantic. No, I don't think he wants to be charismatic at all.
Here's a question that you made about a thought of. What take was that? Was that one off, or would you say that was 50 takes?
Oh, I gotta go. That's one off. I feel like they did it once and knew immediately this is not getting better than this. This is as good as this gets.
Maybe in Florida Atlantic that past is like good. Who knows?
I have no idea, but it's funny because you were talking about the Jim
McElwain. I know that graduated from Florida Atlantic.
I don't know. I don't know anyone. None. Like nobody in the NFL. I'm sure there are people in the NFL that play there. I have no idea who they are.
Florida Atlantic alumni, please contact us at Twitter at Nooga Radio.
Or my Twitter handle is @SportsCloud. If you are a Florida Atlantic alum, please find me.
We would love to have you on the show.
Just to know what it's like.
What the school's like, what the campus size is. Is it diverse? You know, is there an arts program really robust?
Is it interesting? Has the football program ever been good?
Is there anything good about Florida Atlantic?
Like at all? Like I'm just
where is it? Is it? There's not an Atlantic City in Florida. Where is Florida Atlantic?
That's
where in Florida is it?
That's at the very good point.
At the bottom, is there beaches nearby? What is the selling point? Who got you to go and then stay for 4 years?
Because the reason why Florida Atlantic was able to deceive Lane Kiffin into going is that he had no other choice.
Well, that's not deceiving. That's just the bottom of the barrel. You turn with Florida Atlantic offering you money.
He's like, I guess I gotta do this. He didn't even get the good. In that same conference is the the University of South Florida, but Charlie Strong took that job. That's the better job of the two jobs.
I mean, it's not, listen, he had to use that enviable of all positions where he had no family ties, so he just took off to Florida. he just broke up his family, all of his professional ties, and there was Florida Atlantic, where it always had been, waiting for him.
And it's funny because you talked about Jim McElwain getting ahead of the story, which is exactly what Lane Kiffin did. He said he did that on purpose, that he wanted that video to go viral, and therefore thought,
first off, Lane Kiffin hasn't done anything on purpose in 5 years. That's very clear to me now. He has no control.
There's no life plan.
No control.
There is no goal.
Alabama right now, the second guy, it's Nick Saban drop dead. It's like the president's sort of chain of command thing.
Right.
Donald Trump and then Mike Pence. You were Mike Pence in that situation, which is not a great sentence, perhaps, but still, you were Mike Pence in that situation. You should be happy.
In terms of concession, and that's already provided that they don't jump over top of you and try and hire Dabo Swinney from Clemson.
Oh boy,
which that already was a possibility.
Another bag of terribleness.
Which that's a place that we can obviously go. But we're going to go to the Kyrie Kyrie story. That happened yesterday. Break down the ramifications of that in an NBA season that, quite frankly, refuses to go away. Plus with Keon Rose on AM 1240, 92.7 FM.
Chattanooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM's news now.
Day 2, Carol Gaddy, 69 years old, held as a political prisoner in Sequatchie County. She refused to allow an illegal search of her home. It's official David Roddy, the new chief of Chattanooga Police. The city council voted 8-1 to approve him. Russell Gilbert casting the only no vote. Councilwoman Demetrius Coonrod asked that he be given a chance, saying the council could hold him accountable if there were any problems. Russell Gilbert telling Roddy to his face that he voted no, but he hopes he's proven wrong. The girlfriend, William Howard Wright, testified in Tuesday in court that Wright, who's accused in a homicide case, drove 2 men in her PT Cruiser, and those 2 men later disappeared and were found dead in a cemetery in Chattanooga. She said a 17-year-old man who accompanied them had blood on his shoes when they returned. The bodies of Sean Underwood and Thomas Holder were both found by former city councilman Manny Rico, apparently shot to death in a cemetery. Russell Stravnik, Radio News, now.
In-depth traffic, news, and information. Mornings on Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
AM 1240 and 92.7 FM's fast forecast now. Highs in the 80s as the sun goes down, but as soon as it does, we're going to have highs in the 70s, a welcome change from the scorching temperatures we've had over the week. Some scattered thunderstorms possible overnight, and as we get into the weekend, there's a possibility for rain on Saturday. Overall trending cooler temperatures overnight for our Wednesday into Thursday. Highest temperature I see is 84 degrees overnight. That's your fast forecast now.
The Tennessee Valley's news, talk, and sports leader. Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
Hi, this is Chrissy.
And this is Summer
Of Summer Cares. There are too many homeless veterans in Chattanooga. Please help us in our Shoebox for Veterans campaign. You can fill a shoebox with hand warmers, hand sanitizers, hand wipes, cough drops, razors, shaving cream, toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, shampoo, deodorant, snacks, socks, gloves, and even a small blanket.
And make sure you drop your shoeboxes or your shoebox items off at Nooga Radio Studio on Hickson Pike across from Bojangles below Goss Insurance or Alpine Crest Elementary School.
Please join us at the Community Kitchen in Chattanooga on November 10th from 11 to 12:30 and help us distribute these care packages to the homeless veterans of Chattanooga. No veteran should ever go homeless.
Hi, this is Eric Pelton. Taxes, accounting, business advice. I've got a neat brochure, 12 ways to improve your business profits. Come on by for a free consultation and we'll give you a copy. E.J. Pelton Company, 332-3339.
When my brother and I opened our first Jets Pizza, we believed if we made the best pizza, customers would find us. So we made fresh dough each day, used fresh toppings, and premium mozzarella cheese. 300 plus stores later, we still do.
Try Jets' famous 8-corner pizza with premium mozzarella cheese and one topping, now just $11.99 for a limited time only. Jets Pizza, the best pizza in town. 3600 Hickson Pike.
Life is short. Eat better pizza.
When you shop online for a weapon, you avoid the sales tax. But now you can buy local at Shooter Supply, and you'll do just as well, if not better. Here's how: 10% off of ammo and accessories, or 20% off of the handgun permit class, or you can get 20% off the range membership. Deduct the taxes online, and at Shooters, you do even better. And let Shooter's consignment program turn that rifle into cold, hard cash. Shooter Supply, Hickson. Shooters Supply, Hickson.
Has the best steak selection in town. The name of the business is Don's Meat Shop, and I'm Donnie Raines. Just ask for Donnie. I make over 20 different types of sausages. Most of them are great for grilling. We have the best selection, best quality. We have the hard-to-find items. Don's Meat Shop.
This is Thomas Moss with Keller Williams Realty. I'm a realtor in Chattanooga. We list and sell homes, work with
with buyers, work with home sellers. I have been involved in real estate for over 10 years. My background is as a real estate investor. That is what I bring to the table, is that real estate investor mindset. My job is to help you sell your house for the most money, employing the best marketing strategy and walking you through what can be a rather stressful process. So we are encouraging people who are on the fence or even thought about selling their house to give us a call. There's no obligation. We're just here to kind of have a conversation, let people know what the process is like, what the market is like, what values they can expect to receive. We work with buyers as well. I also have a buyer's agent that works exclusively with my buyers because we want to give our clients as much attention as we can. My cell phone number is 423-364-0028. Our website is northriverpropertygroup.com. That's northriverpropertygroup.com. We'd love for you guys to call us.
Hi, I'm David Crockett, and I'm here with David Tulis, and we're having a little discussion over who's the number one news interest. If you want to keep up with free market ideas, then read Nooganomics.com. David Tulis, the blogger with Base Pen.
Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM knows your opinion is important. So call 800-8949. Agree or disagree. Call 423-800-8949. 800-8949. Nooga Radio, AM 1240, 92.7 FM, and 95.3 HD4. News, talk, sports. Nooga Radio.
You're listening to Clutch with Keon Rose on AM 1240, 92.7 FM. My brother is joining me on the show today, my brother Irving. He is a rider basketball aficionado, which is good because even though the intention was always to have you on the show, but then the Kyrie trade went down, and it was just good timing. It just really worked out. So we're going to talk about that, the ramifications of the Kyrie Isaiah Thomas trade.
Which is a beautiful trade. You know why? It just happened like a really good time. There's nothing happening in sports. 4 days before the Conor McGregor Mayweather fight. There's just nothing to talk about.
The McGregor Mayweather joke.
And it happened like, I think it happened like the middle of the day. Is that not what happened there? It just happened in really convenient time.
The rumors started brewing in the middle of the day, and then by the evening, it had all worked out.
It locked up. It just, for me, what's fascinating there is it's just, unlike every other NBA trade, it did not happen in the dead of night. You roll over and look at Twitter, and you're just like, damn it, Twitter.
Right, and then you got to wake up in the middle of the night and read tweets.
And you're reading tweets, and you feel dumb because you're like, well, look, how much did I really know past like the first 8 tweets told me the entire information. You're digging for more, like you can actually, like you're going to land on some NBA executive's Twitter, just like, LeBron is getting traded to the Clippers. Like, I don't know. That didn't happen, guys.
It didn't happen, but as an example, if that happened in the middle of the night, that's the kind of thing that would happen in the middle of the night. Like the Paul George to Oklahoma City thing, I think happened like pretty much late at night.
That was like one of the weirdest trades.
Yeah,
it just sort of happened, and we were like, oh, and then we all tried to rationalize what they got back for Paul George. We were like, yeah,
that makes sense. So wait, actually, no.
I mean, like, oh man, I can't even remember the dude's name right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. What's his name? Oh boy. I mean, it's whatever.
Paul George was the more prominent
and a player to be named later got traded for Paul George, who was like the 17th best player in the NBA, and it was just not a fair trade. All around, it's not a fair trade.
And it always feels like whenever you have these trades, there's a team that most certainly loses the trade. And that's what we're trying to figure out. Like, you get this sinking feeling that between Cleveland or Boston, somebody lost this trade, but it doesn't.
It feels so even right now.
Yeah.
You're like, But if I had to guess, I'm going to bet on the. Oh man, here's the thing: it could go bad either way. Kyrie history injury sheet is like just the longest, most ridiculous thing ever, and Isaiah literally hurt his hip and is 5'9". Like, it depends on these two players. If one of them is like still like very healthy, had a similar season to the one that they had last year, you're fine. It's great. It will be an even trade on both fronts. It will not work out that way. If I had to guess, I would probably bet on Kyrie. He's slightly taller.
He's slightly taller than
4 inches is what I'm swinging it that way because of the 4 inches Kyrie was born with.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm assuming both guys wind up being healthy and fine because I don't want to be pessimistic about this as I am pessimistic about most other things. And when I look at this, I think Cleveland came out having lost on the short term, but in the long term doing much better than they could have. Because there's no way they could have brought back Kyrie. Like, none whatsoever. That would have been the toxic locker room of the ages. The guy has to be gone. He's got to be gone.
I wanted it. Can I be honest with you? Oh, man, I wanted to talk.
I did too. I was hoping it would happen.
LeBron being passive-aggressive the whole season.
That has
maybe aggressive on the actual court, yelling at people. LeBron loves to get into weird fights with his teammates, as if he doesn't understand the camera is almost always on him.
Or maybe he does. And it's like never anything is going to be LeBron's fault because he always is the guy that's yelling, never the guy that's being yelled at, even though, like, Tristan Thompson tried to yell at LeBron once because LeBron missed an assignment, and LeBron was just having none of it. Just, no, you're not yelling. I got you paid. You yell at me for nothing.
And I actually thought he was, like, slightly underpaid when his contract first came out, but as it turns out, no, he's slightly underpaid. What's his name is making almost the same amount of money in the Wizards. Your boy who's useless, Jan Mahinmi.
Jan Mahinmi's making way too much money. I think Tristan Thompson's just overpaid, and then Jan Mahinmi is way overpaid. They're both overpaid. It's just degrees of overpaid.
I would take Tristan Thompson. I can play Tristan Thompson in touchdown limits in the fourth quarter. I can't play Jan Mahinmi at all
because he can't score,
and he can't really move sometimes because he's injured. Can't move if you're injured.
Let me put it this way: Jan Mahinmi missed 3/4 of last regular season and 45% of the playoffs.
This is why the people come to us for this deep basketball.
This deep Wizards analysis that they have. But no,
radio show viewers call in and tell us, how many times have you heard the word Jan Mahinmi in the past 20 months of your life? Has it been one time? Has it been on this show when you listened to it last time?
It has to have been multiple times during the entire run of the playoffs. Because I mentioned him daily.
So you want to go over the trade real quick?
Let's go over the trade real quick because Cleveland sent Kyrie to Boston.
Right.
And did they send anything else?
I don't believe so. I think they received Anton Zizic. That's the highlight of the trade for me. He's a tall, brutish man from, I believe, Poland.
Anti Zizic. And
they got Jay Crowder on a really good contract. He's 27, apparently. Also, raise your hand in the class if you knew that Jay Crowder was 27. You thought he was 32.
I thought Jay Crowder was 33 years old.
He was a 33-year-old man breaking down at the end of his career. No, he's a journeyman 27-year-old guy.
Yeah.
He's the same age.
Allegedly a 3-and-D guy, but we're the same age, which is impossible. But no, he's a 3-and-D guy, allegedly. I think he's just more of a D guy.
I don't understand. What is going wrong with these 3-and-D guys? Like, they fall off so fast. We're talking, what's his name from Portland? I can't remember his name. And then you got DeMari Carroll when he went to Toronto.
Yeah.
Immediately, the second they lose a drop of that athleticism, it's almost as if
Cephalosha, even though he had the leg break thing where he was beaten up by the police.
Right.
So that'll change a whole lot of things for you generally.
It's a very unfortunate time for a country where, like, police brutality against black people is at all-time high. And, like, we're wrong for beating Thomas Cephalosha, who was a stand-fire in a nightclub incident. It's the most ridiculous set of circumstances. But there's that.
Yeah, he did win the lawsuit, but unfortunately lost the athleticism. And being a 3-and-D guy, that's a huge part of it. And Amon Shumpert used to be a 3-and-D guy, and you can't play him.
Like, just go down a list. Nick Young, of people who can. Well, Nick Young.
Nick Young was never a defense guy.
Maybe not even a 3 guy. Like, you could make a very good argument that, 37%. What are you really doing for me if you can't defend
a volume?
I can find a guy that should just stand in the corner and hit 45% of his threes. Like, I can find a dude who
that's the reason why the Wizards had to back up the truck for Otto Porter. Like, there's a point where
that hijacked my offense.
Lots of dudes can do that. There's plenty.
Steve Kerr can do that now. Steve Kerr can't do. Well, maybe. Argument could be I can do that. Why'd I go to Steve Kerr? Pay me. Don't pay Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr got plenty of money.
But the point is, ultimately, the 3-and-D guys, they're kind of falling off, so I don't know how valuable Jay Crowder is going to be to Cleveland. And of course, they get Isaiah Thomas back.
He's sort of a body. Does that make sense? Like, sometimes you just need a body to throw at Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and you know what? Jay Crowder is playable. Like, Amon Shumpert, I was watching the Cavs play in the playoffs last year.
Unplayable.
Amon Shumpert, you can't put him on the floor. He cannot score.
I don't even know. Is it a confidence thing? Because I think Amon Shumpert is good at basketball. Like, I've seen him be good at basketball.
When he was a rookie, and I think it is a confidence thing. When he's a rookie before his injury, Amon Shumpert, like, he wasn't great, but you're like, this guy could be a solid piece on an NBA team. He got injured when he came back. Couldn't score. Like, just couldn't find the basket.
I don't understand it.
He gets a case of the yips anytime you leave him wide open and alone.
It's something about irrational confidence. Someone needs to just pump up our dude.
Yeah, how do you play on the same team as J.R. Smith and not gain something in the way of a rational
confidence? A weird guy, got all this off the course stuff. He was in the Fade video, Kanye's Fade video. Like, that was weird for me. I noticed that he was kind of on point. He was in the Fade video.
Right. It was an unclothed situation
with Tatiana. Yeah, with him and I think Tatiana Ali or something like that was her name. Very attractive.
I think that's
very attractive.
That may be his wife, actually.
Is it really?
They may be married.
Yeah,
Or
they might be dating. I don't know.
One of the two.
One of this turned into E.
No, I'm not even trying to turn it into E or anything like that. But
why do you know that? Why do I think I know that? That's weird.
Because I read how I found out he was in the Fade video was like, because I have like Google alerts on like every NBA player, and so it was just like, oh yeah, Mon Shumpert and his significant other, I forget how the wording of it was, are in the Fade videos. This is how I know that she's not just some person.
I just don't understand why you would be in the Fade video in the first place.
Well, better question. Okay, and
this is a rap career.
Clutch of the 1240 at 92.7 FM, and I have to make that reset because I'm about to derail my own conversation. But it reminds me of the body issue of ESPN, where it's like, why are you in that?
Right, like sometimes you see a guy do a piece of this deep dive into your life and your past, and they like dig up all of your painful memories, but they're trying to humanize you. Like they do that sport. That's I can't think of a single sports magazine. Keon,
Illustrated.
There you go. I couldn't think of a single sports magazine because they're dying. And
oh yeah, no, I'll just laugh at a dying industry from another dying. Continue,
right?
Please.
I mean, I'm an English major. Right. Whatever.
Like you would be having
it's like adjacent laughter. Like I can hear it. They can hear it because I'm in the next room of the building.
It's an echo. It's an echo.
It's an echo chamber. But like, you get what, like, they're humanizing you. They're taking a guy who might be maligned. Like if LeBron never got into trouble, what you would see is that piece come out that like, he grew up in Akron. Here are a bunch of stories from his friends. Here's like clearly he cut some pieces from an interview from one single interview he had.
But have you seen the body issue?
I know, but I'm saying, what does the body issue do for the? It doesn't humanize you. Those people still look freakish, but also you're naked. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I don't understand.
Like, all that happens is you're in better shape than me, and you have the confidence to just throw the whole pieces out there.
The first body issue, and I think the Sklar brothers were the people that brought this up. But the first body issue was to be like, okay, here's like Serena Williams was heavily featured in it because she's got a non-typical body type. She's a muscular woman, and so like it was like, okay, let's just celebrate this. But then they just kept going, and now it's just naked athletes, which I never wanted. I never wanted that for myself. Isaiah Thomas was in the body issue.
Chris Fielder was in the body issue.
And I assure you,
that was the one time it was humanizing because I was like, I know that body is mine.
It's mine. Oh, that man has a guts. I know that one. No, I saw people in the body issue that I never wanted to see naked. I didn't ask for any of this. And by the way, it's not like, oh, why are you buying the body issue and reading it if you don't want to see it? You pass it in the grocery store. It's a grocery store.
It's so saturated. Like ESPN, the body issue week is on ESPN's website. Why do people do weeks? Anyways, I don't understand theme weeks, but I'll throw that to the side.
Right.
Time to run the bus over something else. We're running over the body issue. We're killing it. We're putting it to bear.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It bothers me. So when you brought up the Fade thing, that's what it reminded me of because it's just equally as like, why do you want to show the world your naked self so badly? It's.
I don't know, but it's like the big commodity. Like, people go into the body issue when it's like, oh, I'm going to have my year. Does that make sense? So, Skylar Diggins was, when she came out of college, was in the body issue because she was attractive and also because she was going to take over the WNBA. Now, she has literally not made the playoffs in a league that just sort of like pushes you to the playoffs by accident. Like, half the teams in the playoffs have losing records. The WNBA is a very strange setup. But that I don't understand it. I don't like. What supposed to hail?
Well, I remember when Allie Raisman was in the body issue, and Allie Raisman has this whole thing about like body identity stuff. But I'm like, you literally have a gymnast body. Like you, of all people,
nothing but confidence. What are you talking about? I mean, okay, maybe she doesn't have nothing but confidence. I don't know.
Maybe she does have like issues with how she sees her body. But I can absolutely assure her that when you are a gymnast, you're fine.
You could have saved all the time and social embarrassment and just paid me money to stand off to the side and be like, you still look hot.
Anytime she feels sure and she just looks back at you.
Yeah.
You're still good. Got it. You got it, kiddo. It's up. You're fine.
We need fighting machines. Gold medalist Sally Race. We'll just list her, read her resume every time she turns wrestling.
Just, flash her a thumbs up from 30 feet away.
The year 2013. I don't know if that's true, by the way.
Right.
I just said words.
It's Clutch with Keon Rose at 1240 at 92.7 FM. My thinking with this is, I think Cleveland on the short term did lose the trade because they become a defensively worse team. Like, it is immediately worse. There's ways that you could get Kyrie Irving to step up and play defense. He can play it in spurts and stretches. Isaiah Thomas is not failing to play defense because he doesn't want to. He is 5'9" and physically can't defend most of the guards that are roasting him alive in the NBA.
I don't even understand. It just doesn't make much sense. Who do you play him alongside? Like, if your goal is to beat certain teams, you can't play Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah,
there's nowhere to hide him.
And you could hide him in Boston because he had at the time Avery Bradley and Marcus Smart, who are very good guard defending guys. So you could hide Isaiah Thomas.
Really hide him. But here's the thing: like, teams in the playoffs, when you can afford to warp your offense toward one thing, warp your defense toward one thing. Their one thing was every single time Isaiah Thomas settles into the corner, bring his guy up to the top of this pick and roll.
Which is what I saw in the Wizards series, which was so much fun. But like, anytime they could ISO Isaiah Thomas, it was okay. They're trying to, like, first it was Isaiah Thomas on John Wall, which was a mistake. But when they tried to hide Isaiah Thomas by switching him onto Bradley Beal, the Wizards just ISO'd with Beal. Right. Because you just know there's nobody on the floor he can defend. Absolutely nobody. Okay, try and hide him on Otto Porter, which is even worse somehow because Otto Porter can go to the post. And that was like,
no. Here's the thing.
He's not even a post player.
Otto Porter is a little bit of fool's gold. I will agree with you that he.
I'm saying on Isaiah Thomas.
I mean, even then, I don't know that I want any of my possessions to be like 5 times in a row we came down and threw the ball to Otto Porter.
They scored on all of them.
Listen, it might look good, but that's a terrible slow offense, and there's no rhythm to it.
There's no rhythm to it. Everybody get out of the way. Leave Otto Porter on the low block against the 5'9" man. It was toss it into the post, one dribble, and I turn. And he can't do anything because he's 5'9".
I absolutely cannot consign that action. That is ugly, terrible NBA offense. If the Wizards do it next year, I will watch 2 Wizards game max.
It was one dribble and then turn. That's the only series you can do it in.
Okay. Don't do it again, Wizards. Shame on you.
No, do it
Shame on you and your limited coaching ability.
If you find
and your inability to unlock John Wall's true talents.
Well, okay, that's true. Like, leave that part. Leave that part out of it. I'm just saying how
overpay 7-footers who can't run.
You
have 2 of them on your team. 2 of them.
Isaiah Thomas, mouse in the house. You find that guy on the floor, you score.
Mouse in the house.
You score on him.
I once had a dude who was shorter than me embarrassed me in a pickup game because he would come down and he was better at post moves than me. He called mouse in the house on me like 3 times in a row and scored on me.
Oh man,
I was furious.
I would be.
I was furious.
Question here: what is this a win for Boston?
Oh man,
because
I'm not in love with Kyrie Irving. This
is
the only thing. I'm reluctant.
I feel bad. Because I think a lot of people like Kyrie, and I enjoy watching Kyrie. Even when the Cavs were terrible, I enjoyed watching Kyrie. Because like the fourth quarter rolls around and he can get any shot that he wants on the floor. But the problem is his teammates don't get shots, and also he takes horrible ones. Like there are shots that he takes. I don't know what he's thinking. Like in that
he takes and makes bad shots, and that's kind of like the amazingness in his game, which is that and it doesn't matter what range he does it, he literally will pull up from anywhere, and the level of difficulty is 2 steps higher than ever would need to be. There was clearly a way to get to an easier looking shot on the floor, and he's just, I'm gonna take this one, I'm gonna make it. But that's the same thing with Otto Porter. It's the way to freeze out half of your team and still kind of like and kill the offense, and then at a certain point it's just not a sustainable action.
Yeah, but here's the thing. One is situational, right? Like it's only the Isaiah Thomas thing where Kyrie was taking shots in the NBA Finals in that last game where they were just losing, but it wasn't actually like they weren't actually that far off. He was being guarded by Clay, and it's like he's taking these step back 3-pointers over Klay Thompson. And of course they're not going in. They're absolutely not. And he's hitting the front of the rim because that's a great defender. It's just not over that guy. You've got to move the ball. He's taking 7, 8, 9 dribbles, step back 3-pointer.
I can almost live with these shots, and here's why. No, I can't live with these shots. Not reason I can't live with the shots is because Kyrie has not shown the ability to take that ability to make really tough, scary shots in your face in pressure moments and then turn that into what a superstar's ability is, which is, can you be the offense engine for your team? LeBron, they take him out of the game, your whole thing dies, okay?
Yeah.
We know this. You take Russell Westbrook off the floor for Oklahoma City, there is no Oklahoma City Thunder. It's just a loose collection of tall people chucking bricks at a rim, okay? It's ugly.
A bunch of guys that can't
shoot. Ugly.
A bunch of guys that can't shoot.
Just plain ugly.
I mean, Andre Roberson can't shoot when Westbrook's on the floor.
Golden State has built this sort of rare system that it just mirrors its first offense, where basically they run off the ability for Curry to make 30-footers at 40% clips. That is what makes that system so scary. The amount of space on the floor for like really dangerous people to shoot.
Yeah, like the same thing with Harden is that Harden's really good at scoring in the paint and from three, and so he has to use that to fuel the whole team.
So so those are the 5 best players in the league, right?
And like you can make that argument for Kawhi as well.
Right, we can agree. There's a 5 best, and it's Kawhi's like a little bit. He's split it up over offense and defense. Like they base their defense linchpin off of him, which is the ability to go out and just neutralize a third of the floor, which is not a thing that happens in the NBA. But here he's doing it away from the rim, where it's harder. He's doing it better than a lot of rim protectors. And so what you have is 5 or 6 best guys in the league can do that for their team. Kyrie has a thing that he does that nobody else in the league can do, and has shown no intention, inclination, ability to do the next step, which is to use that to leverage easy points for his teammates. He just doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. There are open shots being created because you have to send some help for Kyrie. Help is coming. Kyrie, do the next logical step. All you got to do is swing the ball. Kyrie ain't swing the ball.
Kyrie's not swinging the
Kyrie
ball.
sees another person. The difficulty has now gone up another 25%. Kyrie wants that shot even more. That's the problem.
Now, here's my thing, because Brad Stevens is a very good, tactically sound coach, and I would argue the second best coach in the league after Popovich. And so I
actually agree with that. I'm really struggling.
It felt like a hot take, but one day I was talking it out loud, and I was like, oh, man, I think Brad Stevens would actually be the second best coach.
Oh, man, I wanted to just burn that take down. I wanted to be like, you didn't consider. Then I was like, there's Spoelstra, maybe? I just didn't say anything.
Spoelstra's on the table for top 5, to be honest with you.
You can't even really say Steve Kerr because it's just his impossible talent.
His impossible talent, and like every now and then, it's like, oh no, his back hurts, and he's gone for half the season, and Mike Brown is coaching him. Fine.
Brown coached the Warriors for most of the playoffs, and they still won an NBA championship.
I mean,
in a lot of ways, his style of coaching, which is more lenient on a one-on-one system, more adept for the playoffs, and was actually better for the Warriors.
Yeah, especially given that when you have Curry and Durant on your team, like you can go in any way that you want on that. But my point is that Brad Stevens would demand that Kyrie, and I don't know if Kyrie would listen. This is the issue here that you've got next. But like, if Kyrie were to listen to Brad Stevens, could Brad Stevens not leverage that ability that Kyrie has no inclination to use from himself?
I mean, okay, here's the thing. You can design a system that forces Kyrie to think about where he is in the offense. So, you have him moving off the ball. You have him set screens for people. Basically, the thing that Steph Curry does for his team, or even Isaiah Thomas was doing. Like, people think Isaiah Thomas just broke down the defense, but he was, like, catching the ball off of multiple screens, catching them off of curls and stuff, and, like, having half a foot of space because everybody knew he was their offensive best player. And so he'd come and he'd catch you with a slight head start, and he'd be unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to keep referencing that Wizards series, but I watched all 7 games of it. And so I know, like, you knew he was going to get the ball, but the positioning that he found on the floor, and credit to Brad Stevens, I think, for that, just the Wizards could not stop him. Like, there was not a place on the game where he scored like 39 points was just like, I don't know what you do against it.
So you have that. And so basically what you do is you have Kyrie buy in 6/8 of the way. He buys in on all the stuff that makes him better. Okay? And then by default, he just puts 2 and 6 together and gets 8. Like, that's what you're hoping. You build a thing around him, clearly around him, so it satisfies that requirement. But it also requires him to give back to it so it can fully function. And then he sort of gets it. And like Brad Stevens was really good about that with Isaiah Thomas. He's really good about that with when he was trying to kind of gently work in all of these other people who just are not as gifted talently. So you have your Marcus Smarts of the world, your your Avery Bradleys. And, he just gave them green lights to, be a part of the offense because, well, there was no other part of the offense. And that's how that works.
That's with Keon Rose at AM 1240, 92.7 FM. I think we're going to talk a little bit more about how Kyrie can scale with the Celtics because we didn't bring up Tatum or Hayward or Horford or anybody else. And also we're going to talk about ESPN, who worked over a minority in their way to try and defend minorities. It's a classic ESPN.
ESPN doesn't understand the internet?
Next.
In-depth traffic, news, and information. Mornings on Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
You've been in a wreck.
756-6400.
You've been wrongfully fired.
756-6400.
A turkey is suing you out of the blue.
756-6400.
Confused about a business startup?
756-6400.
That's the number for you. 756-6400. Right here, right now, Chattanooga. Call now. Top flight legal help awaits. Get biz advice now. Representations and fight for your right. What are you waiting for? That's 756-6400. Don't sit on your rights. You've got remedies. Turn your tragedy into cash. You've got the solution from estate planning all the way to probate. Act now. Top attorneys in Chattanooga are waiting to help you get relief. Act now. No out of pocket. You don't pay a dime until we win. So win with us.
756-6400.
Call now. Top flight legal help awaits. What are you waiting for? That's 756-6400. Turn your tragedy into cash. Act now. No out of pocket. You don't pay a dime until we win. So win with us.
756-6400.
756-6400.
I'm Thomas DeMoss, and we've got the cash. We will buy your house today. Need to sell your house? We want to buy your house, and we have the cash to do it. Call me now, 423-834-7321. That's 423-834-7321. We've been buying houses in the Chattanooga market for 10 years. We are local, and we can help. There's no obligations, only solutions. iBuyChattanoogaHouses.com. I'm Thomas DeMoss, and we've got the cash.
Does your business have enough clients? Are you confused about how to stand out in today's saturated social media market? Do you feel lost trying to navigate the maze of marketing channels which are necessary in today's marketplace? Are you fed up with spending your time and money on employees who don't perform and marketing strategies that don't produce? Then you need Cindy's Choice. Cindy will solve your marketing problems with their innovative shared marketing management concept that will allow your business to have the benefits of a full-time employee that is actually out building relationships in the community on behalf of your brand. Cindy's low monthly rate includes advertising, employee management, public relations, and creative marketing strategies that produce. Cindy can bring this all to you at a rate lower than most advertising campaigns and for much less than the cost of hiring a marketing employee. Cindy's Choice is your trusted source, and Cindy will manage it all for you.
Hi, I'm Cindy. I focus on the prospect so you can focus on the project. Call me at 423-661-4445. That's 423-661-4445. So you can become Cindy's Choice.
Dalton BLZ HD4 Udoa, W224AZ Chattanooga, WSTG Sunny Daisy Chattanooga.
President Trump tells vets in Reno, it is time to heal the wounds that divide us. Did a sonic attack on U.S. Embassy personnel cause this in Cuba?
Traumatic brain injury and likely damage to the central nervous system.
This is the CBS World News Roundup Late Edition. I'm Dave Barrett. President Trump put pen to paper today, signing a measure in front of American Legion members. It cuts the amount of time it would take for vets to have their appeals acted on when they need disability payments. Mr. Trump spoke in a measured manner today, a contrast to his appearance in Arizona. Here's correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
In Phoenix last night, the president blasted the press.
I really think they don't like our country.
Democrats
have no ideas.
Even some of his fellow Republicans.
Who's weak on borders, weak on crime.
But at the American Legion convention in Reno today, the president stuck to his prepared remarks and sounded quite different. He eschewed divisions and called for a new unity.
We are one people with one home and one great flag. CBS political consultant Leonard Steinhorn.
The problem is you can't talk about unity on the one hand and then divide people, criticize, and attack people on the other. His advisors and family trying to rein him in, which is what happens when he does these scripted events, speaks from the teleprompter.
Speaking to CBS News Radio this afternoon, Daniel Kamen. He's a science expert from Cal Berkeley, appointed to serve at the State Department by President Obama. Kamen has now quit. he has differences with President Trump. Kammen's paragraphs in his resignation letter began with letters that spell out impeach.
Mr. Trump's actions do not stand up to what I would like to see a leader do.
In San Francisco, a permit has been issued for Golden Gate National Recreation Area so the Patriot Prayer Group can gather on Saturday. It's a rally of white supremacists. Guns will be banned. So will items like tiki torches that could be used as weapons. Friday, there'll be a counter-protest. San Francisco Board of Supervisors President London Breed hopes it'll be peaceful.
We as a city have chosen to unite against hate, to push for love, to push for inclusiveness, to push for the things and the values that we as San Franciscans hold dear.
Competition at the grocery store would not be substantially lessened. The FTC okays the $13.7 billion deal for Amazon to acquire Whole Foods. Jill Schlesinger is CBS business analyst.
Whole Foods has never been seen as a particularly low-cost option, you know, the joke being whole paycheck to get into Whole Foods. I'm not so sure that people think that prices are going to go up. I think what they want to know is, will the quality at Whole Foods be maintained?
Wall Street, the Dow closed down 87 points. NASDAQ lost 19. The S&P fell 8. Now this.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. If you're in the market to buy a home right now, you know how challenging it is out there. You're competing against cash buyers, so it's critical that you work with a reputable, established mortgage company like Quicken Loans. By getting pre-approved with us, sellers will know that you're serious and ready to close when you make that offer. Here's one more way to get the home you want. You can buy a $150,000 home with as little as $1,500 down with our 1% down payment option. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.99%, APR 4.19%. For 7 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation for customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. And for the 4th year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in the nation for mortgage servicing. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com. That's 800-QUICKEN.
For J.D. Power or information, visit jdpower.com. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Cuba meddling with American diplomats. Looks like that happened in Havana in a covert way. CBS's Steve Dorsey with more on the story that he reported on first.
Medical records show some U.S. diplomats were diagnosed with brain damage after months of these attacks, possibly from a covert weapon. Here's State Department spokesperson Heather Nauert.
This is unprecedented. We have not seen this type of activity take place before.
The diplomats who complained of hearing loss, headaches, nausea, and other symptoms were medevaced to Miami for treatment.
In Georgia, was there sexual misconduct by Fort Benning drill instructors? Here's CBS's Cammie McCormick.
The Army says drill sergeants have been suspended at the Maneuver Center for Excellence as an investigation looks into sexual assault allegations. The investigation began with one allegation made by a female trainee against a drill sergeant, but then grew when other allegations by trainees surfaced.
You're listening to CBS.
That's great responding to what's important for homeowners.
Chattanooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM's news now.
Day 2, Carol Gaddy, 69 years old, held as a political prisoner in Sequatchie County. She refused to allow an illegal search of her home. It's official David Roddy, the new chief of Chattanooga Police. The city council voted 8-1 to approve him. Russell Gilbert casting the only no vote. Councilwoman Demetrius Coonrod asked that he be given a chance, saying the council could hold him accountable if there were any problems. Russell Gilbert telling Roddy to his face that he voted no, but he hopes he's proven wrong. The girlfriend of William Howard Wright testified in Tuesday in court that Wright, who's accused in a homicide case, drove 2 men in her PT Cruiser, and those 2 men later disappeared and were found dead in a cemetery in Chattanooga. She said a 17-year-old man who accompanied them had blood on his shoes when they returned. The bodies of Rashawn Underwood and Thomas Holder were both found by former city councilman Manny Rico, apparently shot to death in a cemetery. Russell Stroud, Radio News, now.
In-depth traffic, news, and information. Mornings on Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
AM 1240 and 92.7 FM's fast forecast now. Highs in the 80s as the sun goes down, but as soon as it does, we're going to have highs in the 70s, a welcome change from the scorching temperatures we've had over the week. Some scattered thunderstorms possible overnight, and as we get into the weekend, there's a possibility for rain on Saturday. Overall trending cooler temperatures overnight for our Wednesday into Thursday. Highest temperature I see is 84 degrees overnight. That's your fast forecast now.
The Tennessee Valley's news, talk, and sports leader. Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
You're listening to Clutch with Keon Rose on AM 1240 and 92.7 FM. Nooga Radio is the station. NoogaRadio.com is the website. Our phone number is 423-800-8949. You can find us on many social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. And in hour one of the show, we were talking about the Kyrie Irving trade. He got traded to the Boston Celtics. And in return, the Cavaliers got the Brooklyn Nets pick. They got Jay Crowder. They got Ante Zizic. And, of course, they got Isaiah Thomas, who is 3 inches shorter Kyrie Irving in a lot of ways, but worse at defense. And so I think this hurts them in the short term. But when you consider that you need to get something for Kyrie Irving, your future with LeBron James is unsure, I think in the long term, Cleveland actually got more than they naturally would have. And my brother is joining me on the show today. He is a sports writer, basketball aficionado. His name is Kerwin. And here we are.
I have the same last name. I know.
That's why I just said, yeah.
The people may not know that, but my last name is also Rose.
Yeah. By the way, you can shamelessly plug your anything that you're doing.
I'm writing some terrible stuff. It may appear online. I'll tweet it. Don't follow me on Twitter. That probably won't be a good experience either. I don't tweet that much.
Okay.
This is terrible.
Yeah, just horrible self-promotion.
No self-promotion, confidence. There was nothing in that would speak to like, oh, this is like good. Why did we start so soft right now? What happened?
You did. I thought
first 2 seconds.
I lobbed you a thing.
Where's me like commenting on the attractiveness of Allie Raceman? So, we had the best conversation off the air about how it's uncomfortable for us to like Allie Raceman because we were both fully grown adults when we first saw her and she was 17 and she broke on into the Olympic stage.
Well, yeah, but also when I'm watching an athlete, I'm not thinking about their attractiveness. Like I remember
watching the Brazilian women's volleyball team, and that's all I could think about. And I like volleyball, the Olympic sports. It's like one of those things that you're like, oh, I got volleyball.
Yeah, like beach volleyball in the Olympics is incredibly cool.
But no, I just had inappropriate thoughts when I thought about the women's Brazilian Olympic. I still have inappropriate.
Okay. Well, I mean, you don't have to go down that dark. You're doing it. That's
right. I'm just saying, in case you wanted to know, and maybe your Chattanooga audience.
That's okay.
It's worth the Google.
It's out there.
It won't ruin your history because you could just be like, oh, I got interested in volleyball.
I was Brazilian beach volleyball.
And they all have like nicknames that are cute and adorable, and they're in Brazilian, so they look like actual names. Whatever. You can be racist, a little touch racist, and also attractive. There we go. What was the question again? Can we circle back around?
Well, we were circling back around to, we know what Cleveland got out of this trade and how we were talking about how they set themselves up for the long term. But now, when you look at Boston, what does Boston get out of this? Because they get Kyrie Irving, and we were mentioning before we went to break, Kyrie is a guy that looks to start Kyrie. Like he does not have that next gear that makes everyone around him better. But everyone around him is pretty good already.
This is true. Here's the one area that I think will struggle. When you look at their team, Kyrie cannot handle the ball the entire time. He shouldn't. He really shouldn't.
No.
And if Marcus Smart is your next best ball handler, oh boy, they're going to strangle you. Like the second that you get to a team that is confident enough to like run out of defensive steam on you, you play the Jazz, you play the Warriors, you play the Warriors and the Spurs. You play the Heat when they're disciplined. What you get is they will force the ball anywhere but Kyrie, and they'll be like, "Go ahead, Marcus Smart. We know you can hit 6 threes every 55 games, but you're not going to do it You're not going to do it over the span of 7. That won't happen. It's not. They're never going to have back to back. Al Horford dribble handoffs, beautiful. We want that. Okay. I'm curious. Has Gordon Hayward made some kind of leap or step? Is he a creator now? Does he have that in his? Because there's space down in his system.
Yeah, and I think that's what Hayward wanted to try and do, because I did see a point, like Hayward does have a little bit of deference in him. And I know this because during the playoffs last year in Utah, when we got to crunch time in some of those games, it wasn't Hayward with the ball. It was somehow old man Joe Johnson.
I to this day, I couldn't believe when he was hitting game winners in the first round. I was just like, It's 2013.
Yeah. Is he a Hawk again? Where is he? What?
Remember he had the weird stretch in Brooklyn too, where he was
where he just hit
Joe Johnson. I mean, like he has the game design. Like the thing that needs to happen in the playoffs, I think that sort of I can get a bucket 50% of the time at will. That's not a great stat, but still 50% of the time at will. That thing, Joe Johnson has that in spades, and that's terrible during the regular season, where like that's an immense amount of work. But for 4 minutes in the fourth quarter of a playoff game, my God,
for some reason, just unstoppable in the last minutes of the game. And
by competent teams, it's not like it's garbage teams. Those are like actual good basketball teams that he's scoring against. He's getting buckets against actual real defenders.
Yeah, and the thing is, like I saw Gordon Hayward just go, you know what, I can defer here. I can let him take over. And Kyrie's going to be one. Like Kyrie's going to be one to do that. He's going to want to take over in games. Gordon Hayward doesn't seem to have a problem deferring, but as you mentioned, not letting Kyrie dribble too much is going to be the key.
Halfway through the second quarter, Kyrie comes out of the game for a rest. I'm assuming that, Brad Stevens, genius that he is going to stagger the minutes.
He does.
Okay, so here we are with you got Hayward. So you have Hayward. I don't even know who's backing up Kyrie on that team. We'll throw Tatum in there. He's coming off the bench. Horford moves up to center because he wants to start as a power forward, so he moves up to center. You take one of the Morris twins, whatever half that they have, you throw him in the game, and then a point guard to be named later. And you run them out there, and I'm assuming that Hayward is the main ball handler in that unit. Like for 5 minutes, you can give me something competent. That's the question, because if you are like running out bench units that die against the Cavs and the Warriors, and even the Wizards, if you run a bench unit out that dies and they just don't take out John Wall, you'll lose that basketball game. Those 5 minutes will lose you the basketball game more than the 4 minutes at the end of the game.
And the Wizards do that thing too, where they like stagger Wall and Beal. So like you messed that up.
Because they are also familiar with the concept. They take all of your offensive talent off the floor, that you can't score buckets.
Somebody needs to tell Ty Lue this. But anyway, you look at it, and I thought you brought up an interesting point that you can't let Kyrie just dribble the ball. Because I saw a stat, and I wish I could remember where to find it, where like Kyrie takes 2 or 3 dribbles. His shooting percentage is like around 52%. But like if he takes more than 3, it plummets to the mid-30s.
Because what's happening there is that he's been looking for what is effectively going to be a bad shot. Like he is hunting the bad shot, and that's those possessions where you see Kyrie's dancing on the outside. He takes 2 jab steps, and he like puts the ball between his legs twice, spins to his left, and then back to his offhand on his right, and then steps back and takes a 3. And he hits it 1/3 of the time, which is amazing, but also 1,000% useless as a consistent like NBA offense.
And it's also interesting to me because like Kyrie Irving is one of those guys. James Harden, by the way, is another one of these guys. Paul George as well, that grew up sort of worshiping the church of Kobe Bryant.
Right.
And so when we look at it like guys taking bad shots, like Kyrie is king among them. Russell Westbrook is another one.
Right. These guys who are like they wanted the whole experience. They want the team to be about them, built for them, around them. But I think what James Harden has found out in his 4 years being by himself, basically, is that you kind of want confident players, and confident players can complement your skill set, but you can't hang on to the ball like that. It doesn't work functionally over time. Now Houston has a whole other set of problems, like they can't play defense because
but part of
confident players still have an interest in it.
Yeah, D'Antoni's your coach. He's not the guy that's going to make them do it.
You're not getting yelled at for not playing defense. Even when Kevin McHale was there, Kevin McHale apparently just would laugh at James Harden. James Harden's defense details. Just like, it's James. You just let people, like that just happens. That just happens sometimes. That happens sometimes.
But D'Antoni loves offense more than defense, and he's just deciding I'm going to revive the 2004 Suns, essentially, through James Harden.
Which you can't do in the modern NBA because everybody is doing the 2003, 2004 Suns.
Right, but that's the only thing he knows how to do. And so you give him the players to do it. Like, that's just what it is.
Houston has really looked good. I don't. How do you play no defense? Like, to me, it's just a matter of effort at a certain point on defense.
Yeah, and that's why I think they're going to miss Patrick Beverly, because there was just a point. Like Patrick Beverly and Trevor Ariza were the only 2 guys attempting to play defense on that team.
How many games does Chris Paul play for the Rockets? 60? You think 60 is that a high number?
Is that over under a 60?
Because
I'm going to take the under.
You think he plays less than 60?
I think
not winning anything if he plays less than 60 games.
I think they like wind up having to like rely on Harden for like an awkward stretch in the middle of the season,
which they can do. They won 60 games with Harden as the only
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not the end of the world. I just find it weird that every time Chris Paul leaves, like when he wasn't on the Clippers, he wasn't the main option. The Clippers were still winning basketball games with just Blake Griffin. That was the weird thing to me, and I was just like, maybe you don't want an old Chris Paul who pounds the rock and is ordering people around. You really want that?
Yeah, and he's just not nice. Like there's just a certain level of like our locker room can only take so much, and we can win some games without him. I don't think that the Clippers are going to fall as far off as people think they're going to fall.
I don't want to call it passive aggressive, but like he's just outright aggressive and mean and belligerent.
Right, he's the anti-LeBron. Like LeBron's going to be on Instagram going, "Don't fit out, fit in," and then you're like, "What does that mean?" And it's obviously directed at Kevin Love.
Girl, LeBron on Instagram talking about throwing shade left and right. I don't understand it.
Like, who goes to Instagram to type words? Like
NBA players. Apparently, there's like these grown men. Anybody in the NBA who actually runs their Twitter account and Instagram account felt the need to like wait on the Kyrie trade. And a number of them that I was like, I had respect for you, but I quickly lost it.
I don't follow this at all. It's the one thing about millennials I don't understand. I am a millennial, and that's the one thing about us. I don't get it. Like I am a millennial, and I don't understand it.
You were like, oh, when did we collectively decide to have this character trait? Is that what you're saying?
This one character trait where we're on Instagram, all of us, and we go on Instagram to say things, to say words that should have meaning.
I just want to say something from my heart. Racism is bad, and I love everybody.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a cynic, so that really don't go for me or anything. But
the platform, to me, almost diminishes what you have to say when you say it there.
Right, like you can, if I said it at Carnegie Hall, it's like, and then if you know.
Yeah, like if you want to say like love conquers hate, and you say it in a speech, it's one thing.
If you say it, but a part of it is like the kind of the general. This is a really deep conversation.
I like to go here.
The general sense of voice is kind of diminished because everybody can be heard. So you have Martin Luther King saying a very similar thing, right? And he was the central civil rights leader in a place, in a moment in time, in the steps of like the shadow of like Washington D.C. as he's saying it. It's this moment, and it's these indelible words. You know what I'm saying? And then you have somebody, this just 13-year-old. I'm gonna say Trayman. That was made up a name. He could be black, could be Hispanic. Who knows? Trayman.
Continue. Please continue.
And he goes on.
Before you upset me.
He's like, love is love, yada, yada, yada. And it's not that he's so incorrect or like that belief system has no merit. It's just that, you were one more, shouting guy in a shouting match. What does it do for us? So, it's very rare when people break through, especially with positivity. You got like the president's, former president, Barack Obama's message on Twitter that was like the most retweeted thing after the Charlottesville incident in Charlottesville. And so that kind of stuff kind of still breaks through. So it's not like it's so diminished it doesn't function anymore, but it doesn't mean anything, and like the platform does, but it's also the person saying it because you got Donald Trump diminishing the current platform of the Oval Office. So there's that.
I suppose you could go there. Yeah,
I'm just saying it goes both ways. It can both be diminished by the man saying it or by the platform you choose to say it.
Yeah, like Instagram specifically to me is a platform designed as a celebration of pictures, basically.
Right.
And people have taken to writing speeches and release statements that people used to release to the press and through the media on Instagram. And I cannot for the life of me understand it. It's just the one thing that I just don't get it. Like I don't follow exactly what it is about that.
I don't know why Instagram would be the place that you would like. Jimmy Butler broke up with Chicago on Instagram. Basically, it was like, oh, Chicago thing. I didn't always have the rest of them, but he had this whole message, and it's just like you're adding noise pollution to image pollution, and I'm just like, at a certain point, it's all just going to be like, Jimmy Butler left Chicago. That's all I got from you, and he's not always all the way through about it. Thank you, Jimmy Butler. End of conversation.
Right.
It's done that in 4 words.
And to me, like this is the thing that I actually enjoy about the Players Tribune because I actually like some points of view of some players. I don't think that every player has something interesting to say or cool to say.
I don't even think.
But I think that it's in a specific place where it's for that. So it's only diluted by other players using it for that. It's not diluted by everybody.
I agree with that because I don't particularly going for the player shooting, because what I find is it's a bunch of puck pieces written by people around the player.
Yeah, the player actually doesn't write anything.
Right, Lance Stevenson's article was too confident. It was weird, but it was too confident.
The Brandon Jennings actually had a "Here's why you should vote for John Wall for MVP" article. It was clearly written by Brandon Jennings, misspelled words. Like that stuff I enjoy.
Who the editor of that site that let them shame Brandon Jennings that way? You let that go out, catch up on his shirt. Why would you do that?
But here's the thing. I prefer that. I want the misspelled words. I want the guys writing things grammatically that don't make any sense. I want the honesty. That was supposed to be the point of the Players Tribune. And now it's, well, at least they didn't blah it on the social media site that everyone else is blind on.
Basically, we were talking about like sort of image reformation. So those Sports Illustrated pieces that used to happen where like you would go to like Lee Jenkins, and Lee Jenkins would do this huge deep dive into your life. It's mostly sympathetic and shades towards you, but you know he's going to try to tell it in the way that he was instructed to, which is the truth in the most interesting fashion as possible. That's the journalist's mission, right? But it's shade towards you. He understands that because he's a feature writer, and feature writers need to eat too. So he's not going to burn bridges in Sports Illustrated. That's not going to happen.
No, you can't do that.
But those pieces have sort of migrated to the Players Tribune. So now you had like LeBron's letter.
But LeBron's letter was in Sports Illustrated, which I think is interesting. That LeBron decided.
LeBron understood platform that
he went. LeBron is really good, by the way, at zigging where others zag. Like LeBron is really good about going. Everyone's going this way. I'm going to go in a different direction. Nobody switches teams in the middle of their career, so I'm going to do it. Nobody switches back. No one's ever saw that one coming. I saw, like Dan Gilbert still had that Comic Sans letter on the website. Nobody switches back.
That was such a that was the series of weird. That was a very weird summer. But like I mean, I love LeBron's whole mystique and mission. But the Player Tribune to me has always it just never felt authentic.
No one's ever announced this on television before. I have the decision, which was a horrible idea. And probably executed
a lot of bad moves, but he's also learned a lot from the things that he's done.
And he keeps trying. Like LeBron is okay because everyone's doing the Player Tribune thing, and
he beat the Players Tribune to like video content, like real. He has that whole. It's not the undefeated. What's the name of his YouTube channel where he like had video diaries for him and Draymond throughout the entire finals?
Yeah, they were on ESPN. They released a few of them through ESPN.
The barbershop thing was just excellent. It was just excellent. And like they put enough people in the room just so that it broke down like the sort of awkwardness that you have with players. Like everybody's in there to talk and we know we have to talk. They're just putting like a wide section of media type people. Savvy media people would put their agents in there.
Put the agents. Maverick Carter was in the room.
Both Draymond's and LeBron's agent. I think there's a bunch of people.
Like 2 Chainz was in the room for whatever reason.
Worldwide West, everybody in the room. Just business type people, entertainment media. Maverick Carter. Everybody's in the room, and it just sort of like breaks down into this natural kind of, oh, this guy's better, but you sort of see their mentality and their methodology, and that was what's most interesting there. I mean, LeBron was still phony as heck. Like, there was a time when he was like, I knew what I had to do when I came back from Cleveland, and I started rolling my eyes. I'm like, LeBron.
And Draymond rolled his eyes too. How
long you been sitting there cooking up them words? You've been sitting there listening to everybody and be like, now's the time.
No, LeBron is so calculated that anytime LeBron says anything in front of a camera, no matter how comfortable he looks and appears, I do not take anything that LeBron says at face value.
You would think he'd be a better
Zero things.
But I saw a train wreck, and he is not. But we both have differing opinions. You had an expectation, and I had an expectation.
I thought the movie was bad. I liked the scene with LeBron and Bill Hader in the gym. I thought that was funny.
He just sounds like a robot.
He does.
I guess that's just like reps. It's reps, you know. But I know that I can like walk off the concrete having no acting lessons right now, and I could do something like that scene. Obviously, I can't dunk like LeBron. That's not going to happen. But I can make Bill Hader look small, and I can bully him in a basketball gym. That's the thing I can do. I could do that, but like, he just sounded like a robot saying the line, and I was just like, go home, say them like 400 times. I promise you on the 401st, it'll sound kind of natural.
I think LeBron's just too calculated to act, because like I see Kobe. Kobe's a better actor than LeBron.
Right.
Michael Jordan in Space Jam.
Like Manning, if you give him enough time. Peyton Manning's just willing to like go there and make money.
Brett Favre in There's Something About Mary was absolutely hilarious. And
Brett Favre in those
I think he was just being Brett Favre.
I don't Brett Favre in those Wrangler commercials there was nothing funny there. There was nothing good about that.
It's only tragic.
All bad.
And I don't.
And they came after the weird thing with the sex scandal thing.
Yeah, where he sent a picture of little Brett Favre to
right, and the tightness of the jeans. I'm just like, Brett Favre, he's flew out of the tree.
And they did. They moved on to Drew Brees. They're just like, someone who's married and is just stuck in
right. And I think Drew Brees isn't faithful, but he hasn't been caught. And
we haven't seen pictures of Drew Brees online.
Right.
So it's okay. It's fine.
We're
and just getting out of the way on that one. Clutch with Keon Rose at 1240 at 92.7 FM. We've been making a very big deal in the media about how terrible Blake Bortles is, but Mike Glennon and Brock Osweiler have also been terrible, and I'm not going to give them a free pass. Next.
Chattanooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM's news now.
Day 2, Carol Gaddy, 69 years old, held as a political prisoner in Sequatchie County. She refused to allow an illegal search of her home. It's official David Roddy, the new chief of Chattanooga Police. The city council voted 8-1 to approve him. Russell Gilbert casting the only no vote. Councilwoman Demetrius Coonrod asked that he be given a chance, saying the council could hold him accountable if there were any problems. Russell Gilbert telling Roddy to his face that he voted no, but he hopes he's proven wrong. The girlfriend, William Howard Wright, testified on Tuesday in court that Wright is accused in a homicide case, drove 2 men in her PT Cruiser, and those 2 men later disappeared and were found dead in a cemetery in Chattanooga. She said a 17-year-old man who accompanied them had blood on his shoes when they returned. The bodies of Rayshawn Underwood and Thomas Holder were both found by former city councilman Manny Rico, apparently shot to death in a cemetery. Russell Stradley, Radio News, now.
In-depth traffic, news, and information. Mornings on Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
AM 1240 and 92.7 FM's fast forecast now. Highs in the 80s as the sun goes down, but as soon as it does, we're going to have highs in the 70s, a welcome change from the scorching temperatures we've had over the week. Some scattered thunderstorms possible overnight, and as we get into the weekend, there's a possibility for rain on Saturday. Overall trending cooler temperatures overnight for our Wednesday into Thursday. Highest temperature I see is 84 degrees overnight. That's your fast forecast now.
The Tennessee Valley's news, talk, and sports leader. Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
Hi, this is Chrissy. And this is Summer of Summer Cares. There are too many homeless veterans in Chattanooga. Please help us in our Shoebox for Veterans campaign. You can fill a shoebox with hand warmers, hand sanitizers, hand wipes, cough drops, razors, shaving cream, toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, shampoo, deodorant, snacks, socks, gloves, and even a small blanket.
And make sure you drop your shoeboxes or your shoebox items off at Nooga Radio Studio on Hickson Pike across from Bojangles below Goss Insurance or Alpine Crest Elementary School.
Please join us at the Community Kitchen in Chattanooga on November 10th from 11 to 12:30 and help us distribute these care packages to the homeless veterans of Chattanooga. No veteran should ever go homeless.
Hi, this is Eric Belton. Taxes, accounting, business advice. I've got a neat brochure, 12 ways to improve your business profits. Come on by for a free consultation and we'll give you a copy. E.J. Pelton Company, 332-3339.
When my brother and I opened our first Jets Pizza, we believed if we made the best pizza, customers would find us. So we made fresh dough each day, used fresh toppings, and premium mozzarella cheese. 300-plus stores later, we still do.
Try Jets famous 8-corner pizza with premium mozzarella cheese and one topping, now just $11.99 for a limited time only. Jets Pizza, the best pizza in town. 2600 Hickson Pike.
Life is short. Eat better pizza.
Let's get Jets.
When you shop online for a weapon, you avoid the sales tax. But now you can buy local at Shooter Supply, and you'll do just as well, if not better. Here's how: 10% off of ammo and accessories, or 20% off of a handgun permit class, or you can get 20% off the range membership. Deduct the taxes online, and the Shooters, you do even better. And let Shooter's consignment program turn that rifle into cold, hard cash. Shooter Supply, Hickson. Shooters Supply, Hickson.
have the best steak selection in town. The name of the business is Don's Meat Shop, and I'm Donnie Raines. Just ask for Donnie. I make over 20 different types of sausages. Most of them are great for grilling. We have the best selection, best quality. We have the hard-to-find items. Don's Meat Shop.
This is Thomas DeMoss with Keller Williams Realty. I am a realtor in Chattanooga. We list and sell homes, work with buyers, work with home sellers. I have been involved in real estate for over 10 years. My background is as a real estate investor. That is what I bring to the table, is that real estate investor mindset. My job is to help you sell your house for the most money, employing the best marketing strategy and walking you through what can be a rather stressful process. So we are encouraging people who are on the fence or even thought about selling their house to give us a call. There's no obligation. We're just here to kind of have a conversation and let people know what the process is like, what the market is like, what values they can expect to receive. We work with buyers as well. I also have a buyer's agent that works exclusively with my buyers because we want to give our clients as much attention as we can. My cell phone number is 423-364-0028. Our website is northriverpropertygroup.com. That's northriverpropertygroup.com. We'd love for you guys to call us.
Hi, I'm David Crockett, and I'm here with David Tulis, and we're having a little discussion over who's the number one Nooga centrist. If you want to keep up with free market ideas, then read Nooganomics.com. David Tulis, the blogger with the biggest pen.
Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM knows your opinion is important. So call 800-8949. Agree or disagree? Call 423-800-8949. 800-8949. Nooga Radio, AM 1240, 92.7 FM, and 95.3 HD4. News, talk, sports. Nooga Radio.
All right, Chattanooga, you're listening to AM 1240 and 92.7 FM, plus with Keon Rose. Nooga Radio, NoogaRadio.com. Joining me on the show today is my brother. He is a writer, basketball aficionado. Big trade news went down, so we've been breaking that down for you. But we've got a few other stories that I'd like to get to because they're funny. They involve the NFL. We're getting very close to the NFL, and also they're funny. So the first story does involve some quarterbacks that do need some talking about, because we talk about Blake Bortles. We've been talking about Blake Bortles. He has somehow become the talk of the NFL offseason with his terribleness. He's just been awful. And it is distracted, I think, from some other awful quarterbacks, namely Brock Osweiler and Mike Glennon, who have both been terrible, so terrible, in fact, that the teams that they play on drafted rookie quarterbacks who they never intended to have play this season, right? The Browns never intended to have Deshaun Kaiser play because we all know he's very raw and rough around the edges and could use training and work. And Mitch Trubisky has a similar situation going on in Chicago, and yet Mike Glennon has been so bad and Brock Osweiler has been so bad that actually they might both wind up playing to open the season. It's incredible. And I feel like the Browns should have known that Brock Osweiler was terrible.
What happened to Brock Osweiler? There was such a beautiful moment, like right after the Denver situation, where we all thought he's better than old Peyton Manning, which isn't saying much. I agree. Right. Old Peyton Manning didn't do anything. He got carried to a Super Bowl. I didn't watch it because it was awful. Denver was the worst thing playing.
Oh, I watched it, but the defense was great. I'm going to tell you right now, that might be one of the best defenses I've ever seen.
When you're not invested in football, it's real hard to watch 13-7 games. I'm sorry. It's hard. It's hard. There was hard slogs. What happened? But I couldn't invest in it. So I guess my thing was I couldn't. Brock Osweiler makes me sad, Keon. This is what my whole point is that Brock Osweiler makes me sad, and that I don't know how to make myself reattach to him in any sense of the way. What was your recommendation is to make me think happy thoughts about Brock Osweiler?
Well, my thing with Brock Osweiler, and I remember when he was drafted, he was drafted from Arizona State, and so he had the whole thing. He's a big, strong, tall quarterback. There are benchmarks that when we think about the typical, stereotypical quarterback, we look at the size, we look at the arm strength, we look at mobility, Brock Osweiler checked all of those boxes. So you just thought, well, I mean, you only need to get the mental aspect down. When you get drafted to a team with Peyton Manning on it, there's a certain level of you can watch how Peyton works, you can watch what Peyton studies, see what Peyton sees, and then go, okay, I have some vague idea now as to what I need to do to be a successful quarterback in this league, and I'm more physically gifted than Peyton Manning was. And yeah, no, he's still awful. Like, I don't know how.
So what you're saying is he needs Peyton Manning to come be his quarterback coach then. Basically, he needs someone to come prep on the freakish, scary level that Peyton Manning, who just never stopped watching football, only to stop to do Papa John's commercials. The only time he left, I mean, you know, the Papa John's commercials, mixed success, but the football was always on point. Okay.
Okay, but here's the thing. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying Peyton Manning needed to be Brock Osweiler's quarterback coach about 4 years ago. Not now. I think now.
Now the habits have set in.
Yeah.
The weird thing with football is that you also get them basically they're almost middle-aged by the time you could get any decency out of a quarterback. You can't know until he's 27, basically, if he's even worth putting time and investment in.
Right.
So by that time, you've sunk 5 years and millions of dollars, and you've had multiple quarterback controversies, and you've overpaid him, and you know you've made an entire city sad when you believe that you know you take Houston to the next level, and then just immediately dive off of this cliff into nothingness, and is universally maligned.
In fairness, that was a stupid thing for Houston to do to pay him all of that money. When you consider this. Denver had him, right? They had the ability to negotiate with him first and simply decided not
That
to.
should have been like a red flag. Just a gigantic, wait a minute.
And then what did they do? Houston backed up the big Brinks truck and said, here's $72 million. We don't know how good you are. We don't know what you can actually do. But here's $72 million to give us a shot.
Same thing in the NBA when the guys are restricted free agents. The team just doesn't, they don't even do, they make no moves in the thing. And when you put out a contract, and they just don't match it, and it's almost immediately clear that they've moved on. They've tied their money up in other ways, and you're just like, oh.
Yep. And then, I love this because the Houston Texans then got bailed out because the Browns traded for Osweiler. And by the way,
because they're the Browns.
Because they're the Browns, but the Browns are doing they're trying to bring the whole Moneyball thing. Like literally, their general manager is the guy that helped to build the Moneyball Oakland Athletics teams. He's trying to do the whole thing right now.
An intersection, a movie I did not watch or care for. Go ahead.
I read the book. I didn't watch the movie, actually. But anyway, it's one of those things where he's trying to do the same tanking thing that the 76ers are doing. That's the whole point of bringing in Osweiler. I just don't think that the Browns ever thought or imagined he would be this bad.
Because he played for an an NFL team, you would think competence is the baseline that they're working with. But that's not the case. It's just not the case. It's what we have to accept that there might be 12 good quarterbacks in all of America. He's at the NFL level.
Yes, and
there might be 12.
And I think that's the other part of this that we've overlooked when we talk about the scarcity of quarterbacks in the league, of good quarterbacks in the league. When people talk about this, what they end up talking about is, all of these young college players, they're coming into the league and they don't know how to play the game. And we're failing to realize that the guys that are already in the league also can't play. And that's a problem. That's a gigantic problem. And so the guys that are coming in that are new, you might as well give them a chance. Deshaun Kaiser is raw. Like Gordon Ramsay in a kitchen, just raw.
Keon.
Yes.
No.
Yes, I went there. I went there.
That's Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay and Kitchen Nightmares is glorious. But my point is this.
It's not glorious. It's mostly disgusting, slightly entertaining at the yelling parts, and then it goes into the sappy camera. Oh, you can be better just looking in the eyes. I'm Gordon Ramsay.
Well,
I'm communicating to you good cooking skills.
I've seen at least
in
3
minutes.
I've seen at least 3 episodes where they do not listen to him, but just go under.
That's the majority of episodes. You come back 6 months later.
It's like, oh, I got nothing to
That's what happens if you're a bad restaurant before Gordon Ramsay came.
And you're still a bad restaurant.
Nothing changed. Same people still there. Gordon Ramsay didn't fire anybody. But his firing powers, the show would be more entertaining and an actual change would be made.
He yelled at you for my amusement. That's all that I care about. I don't really care about your restaurant necessarily.
I mean, you can just watch clips on YouTube.
But what I'm saying is Deshaun Kaiser is a guy with a strong arm mobility. All the quarterback benchmarks. The thing with Kaiser is he needs to learn how to read an NFL defense, and he's doing it better than Osweiler already. That's horrifying.
I mean, there's this whole thing where you have this game feel. Okay, this is the thing that people accused John Wall of lacking. They didn't understand that he saw passing lanes at a high level. They accused his body motion, the thing that Kyrie had, that sort of wiggle. is what NBA scouts call it. And that's not even a joke. NBA scouts call when guy has a little shake and has like basketball handling and good moves. They call it wiggle, which I just feel like there couldn't be a better name, but we don't have time to tackle that particular burden.
We will
mountain is high. We only have 20 minutes.
we will touch on it in just a second because like there's a baseball equivalent to that too. Like when a pitcher's really good at pitching.
Why did we turn down Baseball Street? I don't want to.
No, I'm just saying when a pitcher's really good at pitching, you just say he has good stuff, and you don't explain what the stuff is. You're just like, no, he's got good stuff.
Don't say it again. It sounds worse every time.
Clayton Kershaw, he's got great stuff.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Max Scherzer, incredible stuff. And
oh boy.
And it's like stuff like he's got wiggle, he's got a little shake to him, he's got good stuff, and you're like, this stuff is so vague. What are you talking about? What does any of that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything.
He's got arm talent. That's the other one. We talk about quarterbacks.
Just words that don't mean anything. Yeah, just words people love to do. Like,
Just really good words together. He can make all the throws.
He can make all the throws that independently or maybe coupled together he can make. He can make, but all the throws. Why did you throw the fourth word in there? Anyways, it doesn't matter. We don't have time. I don't even remember what we were talking about. You want to move to the Conor McGregor stuff?
We can move to the Conor McGregor stuff. Like just, but really quickly before the Conor McGregor stuff, ESPN and the Robert Lee move because ESPN had an announcer, a play-by-play announcer, and he was supposed to do a call for, I believe, the Virginia game at the beginning of the college football season. But after the events of Charlottesville, in which writers and protesters showed up to protest the pulling down of a Robert E. Lee Confederate statue, ESPN decided that it was their responsibility to move said announcer off the first game of the season because his name just happened to be Robert Lee.
And what was the reason they gave Keon? What did ESPN deem the reason to be that they asked Robert Lee to move?
They asked Robert Lee to move to protect Robert Lee, to protect him from memes on the internet.
From meme culture.
From meme culture on the internet.
And it's always when you look into that black abyss, you know what exactly happens? They reach up and they pull you in. That's what happens when you stare down the abyss of meme culture.
And it's
Why did you do it? If you would just, you could have literally done nothing and nothing would have happened. Two memes would have popped up.
Maybe.
Localized to Virginia, people would have been like, well, that's dumb. That's an Asian man. Who cares? Robert Lee, by the way, 100% an Asian person.
Correct. So somehow ESPN, in their random attempt at defense of minorities, ended up working over a minority on their way to do this. And at some point you have to realize
almost poetic in its stupidity.
Yeah, it's the snake devouring its own tail at this point. Like there's just this pointlessness to what it is that they attempted to do there.
ESPN is as corporate a bureaucracy. They just move slow and dumb and like 5 years behind. And it's dumb. Just don't do anything like that. That's my advice to ESPN. And you had a great suggestion. What are these things that we call nicknames? Is that what they're called?
Yes.
How many nicknames for Robert are there? Like 17?
They could have gone out and said, look, this is Bob Lee.
Rob Lee.
Bobby Lee.
Bert Lee.
Robbie Lee.
Bert Lee.
Okay, now you're just jumping the shark. But my point is there's so many different ways that they could have covered this stuff if they wanted to protect the young guy from memes. And again,
just Lee. They could have just gone with Lee. Lee also works. Whatever.
Yeah. We don't have very many Asians in broadcasting. Let's not hide one guy because his name is a coincidence. It makes no sense. And ESPN did not think about this all the way through. And in fact, seems to prove on a regular basis that they have no idea how it is that the internet works.
It means somebody was in the room and thought about it. This is the only growth that I can see from the situation. Somebody was in the room and was like, wait a minute.
They meant well.
But then, there was that guy was in that room. So when the slave auction thing happened,
correct,
2 rooms down, and they were auctioning off black players and had just a little white audience in front, and they were holding up little post signs.
The fantasy draft.
Holding up black signs.
That looked like a slave auction.
And they were rattling, sort of like auctioning off these players, and it just looked like a slave auction.
It just looked like you were selling humans.
And for whatever reason, they went with the big dramatic pullback view to get the audience into the shop so that we could all see all of the white people and all of the not black people in the audience as they purchased them. It was so bad. And I was like, you got to have that guy they need 2 of those guys. That's the lesson we really learned. You need one guy for the Robert Lee situation, and then another guy to be in the other auctioning room situation. And then maybe just a good common sense to like, just push out a tweet. Just be like, on a secret account. Just be like, hey, internet, should we pull Robert Lee? And they'll be like, no. Think about it. You don't want any of these problems. If you don't know what to do on the internet, the best thing is to just do nothing.
Do nothing. Literally do nothing.
Life lesson.
The internet is reactionary in large part. So when you do something, then they have something to react to.
Out. Like when the Fine Bros decided they basically had a monopoly on
the word react. Yeah,
they had a monopoly on it, but they just didn't have the actual licensing for it. And then they tried to apply for it to keep people from using React videos so they could flag them. And the whole internet blew up against them. And they nearly ruined their entire brand.
And they didn't know what was wrong. Like, it was so funny. Like, you were trying to explain to them the reason why you can't have a trademark on all reaction videos is because all people react
to things. Here we are right now reacting to ESPN stupidity.
Clutch with Keon Rose on AM 1240, 92.7 FM. Now we can roll into McGregor Mayweather stuff. Because that's 4 days away.
Bread and butter.
You are a big MMA guy. I've been a big boxing guy for like 10 years now. Mm-hmm. So we've got a decent track record here. This fight, clearly, very clearly, a joke. And yet, here it is.
My question is, why does everybody already know it's a joke? Why can't we get traction or value out of this fight? The amount of shenanigans we're going down 2 ounces in gloves, Mayweather admitting that he's fallible. Like, that's not the thing that I wanted from this. There's all of these multiple releases, leaks from both training camps. Mayweather got knocked out, baby. Conor is out here knocking out people. Like, it's so orchestrated and what they think we want.
And we've never seen the video. We haven't seen the video of Conor knocking out anybody. We haven't seen the video of Floyd being knocked out.
We've seen him beating up on Malignani, but Malignani's clearly fighting this really extroverted version of Floyd Mayweather, who's shoulder roll this stuff. And he already fights a little but I'm sure he doesn't have the reaction time.
And also,
stick in that stance for an entire fight.
Malignani's been retired for 8 months, walked off the plane, and fought 12 rounds.
And got beat up. And Conor McGregor has been I think he did not look particularly adept at doing it, but yes, he's a bigger, stronger guy, and there's a rule set that kind of favors you over time. So if you round 6, you're tired, you're gassed. Suddenly, those punches that were coming around 1 and 2 that you were dodging, you're not dodging anymore. They landed squarely on your face.
To me, it's so crazy because you see all of this stuff, and yet when you look at the number of tickets sold for this fight, it's low. People seem to know.
They won't release the pre-orders for the pay-per-view. People are gonna make money on this fight, but it's like they were selling a house, right? And they just priced it $15,000 too high. It's not that people won't come look at the house. It's not that the house isn't nice.
It's that we all know it's a bad house.
No one's going to make a bid even in that price range. Why is the pay-per-view $100? Why are seats to the fight starting at $1,000 a ticket? That doesn't make any sense.
And we all know that the paint on the house is chipping, that the foundation might be terrible. But they're like, look, we put Christmas lights on the house. So it's got Christmas lights.
These turtles at the house are just basically woodwork. It's just framing, and that's all there is. There's no couches, there's no carpeting, there are no marble countertops. It's just a house-looking shaped thing, and you go in there, and it's a sham, and we all know it's a sham, and we're willing to buy into the shamminess of it. But you have to give us what we want, and you haven't. You failed. You failed us. They failed us. Yeah. This is the saddest thing to admit that the hype for this fight
was really failed.
Okay.
Floyd is doing this thing,
but okay.
Right, and they both have played the race card. Floyd is I am doing this for black people. And I don't really ask you. No, that's the thing. The hero that nobody asked for? Really? No, you don't need to do this for black people. We're good, Floyd. Floyd, I don't often speak on behalf of black America. We're fine.
We're good.
We're actually fine. It's fine. We do what next. The hero that we all needed, maybe out there in the world somewhere, it wasn't about to be you.
Oh man, it's been a tough summer for a lot of reasons.
But that's got to be one of them.
Oh man, the struggle is real.
It's because it's incredible how they managed to do this. We have no precedent for what this is, and I mean, there have been fights before that have been jokes. I believe Muhammad Ali fought a Japanese wrestler once back in the day. But
man,
we all knew. No, but we all knew that was an exhibition. It was never being sold as an actual real fight where someone had a chance to win,
or someone had a chance to die, which is the thing that we're all buying into, which is like,
well, that's what they're selling us. Like, both of those guys are selling us on a knockout, and there's no way that as slow as Conor punches, there's a knockout here.
Here's the thing. Here's my theory to the no value theory, is that we all know what's going to happen. We saw the last 49 fights that Floyd Mayweather fought. They're boring. They're always boring.
I don't think that they were always boring. I think Floyd has been fighting for 20 years. The first 10 years, Floyd was an aggressive fighter, and then realized, like, I can't take shots. I want to have a long career, and I want to be able to talk to my kids when I'm old. And so Floyd became the defensive boxer that we know. And the last 10 years of Floyd Mayweather fights have been absolutely worthless in entertainment value because you can't hit him.
Check that. The last 19 fights have been just awful. Just
okay. And one half of a Marcos Maidana fight that was actually interesting, which is why he got a second fight. And then that second fight was
just boring. And Keon could go into the specifics, but basically what he just told you is that 6 rounds out of Floyd's last 19 fights were worth watching, and that everything else, including the last greatest fight of the century versus Manny Pacquiao, was just eye-closing.
Where we got one good round out of Pacquiao. Pacquiao teed off on Floyd in the 5th round. That's it. The other 11, not really.
If you're a smart person, you'll find a way to not pay for this fight, or at the very least, pay no more than $10. Okay? And you jokers, and if you're a genius, don't watch the fight at all. You know what's going to happen. It's going to be like a lot of ducking and jiving, and then jiving is not a word that I want to use. I'm this intensely racial thing. When I'm black, I'm getting away with it.
Okay, but speaking of the racial undertones of this fight, they are selling movie theater tickets to this fight. You can go to the movie theater and watch this fight. My thing is, considering how racial this fight has gotten, why would I want to sit in a closed, dark room with a bunch of angry, possibly over-testosterone men?
I mean, why would you want to go to a place with a bunch of sharp objects and alcohol to watch that same thing? It's either or. You pick your poison. You want to strangle in the dark or beat to death publicly. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I suppose you could watch it in the comfort of your own home, but again,
for $100.
And I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it one more time. You pay for this fight. You pay actual money for this fight. You are a sucker, and that is all that I can tell you. That you are a sucker. I've been warning you for months.
Those emails that they send for Nigerian Princess, they send millions of them. Okay, send millions of them. You get them, you delete them, you laugh in their face. Spam, you say. Who's clicking on this? Who? Well, somebody is. And you can automate a program to send out all of those emails, and you only need 2 suckers to send you $10,000 and just knows them. And that's $20,000 made in 20 minutes of work. That's how those emails work, and this is how this fight works. It's just billions of people look up. Most of us put our heads back down and be like, what a terrible show. And 2 million people buy this at $100 a pop. It's $200 million pay-per-view buys, which is a lot of money and more than most pay-per-views will ever come close to.
And which, by the way, Floyd and Conor get paid. And Conor has said this multiple times. It's like he's laughing at you. Conor said this. We're all getting paid here. They get paid win, lose, or draw, whether people buy this fight or not. The contracts have already been signed.
I love Conor because Conor will flaunt it in your face. Like Conor doesn't get, at a certain point, he knows he's going to be hated, and so he speaks directly to those people, and he's just enjoying himself. And
he's got a rare honesty. I mean, I appreciate it.
It's a showmanship and an honesty, and I can come around and appreciate that through the races.
But I'm not going to appreciate the fight. That's not about to happen here.
I thought I could appreciate even the build-up, actually, and I didn't actually enjoy that as much as I thought I did. I thought it would.
I was watching the All Access, the Showtime All Access. I watched all 4 episodes of it.
Everything more epic.
Yeah, but Floyd's doing the thing where he's pretending like he's not training at all. Oh, look, I'm going out, I'm riding horses, I'm skating with my kids.
But I'm skating with my children?
Yeah, I'm rollerblading.
Talking about a waste of humanizing argument. We know you beat people, you beat up women, and they're not a good human being. Just get in the ring and fight, man. 4 days out, you don't gotta do this dance.
We know he's not a good person. He owns a strip club called Girl Collection.
Oh.
It's not good.
I didn't know that one.
Oh, no, it's not good.
And you learn something new every day, and sometimes you wish you had.
And he was bragging about it on Jimmy Kimmel. It was not like a secret either. It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, he's acting like he's setting up this whole empire for his children. It's like, no, dude, the empire's already set up. You just want more money, which is fine. Like, I suppose I don't know how the IRS thing is working out with him on that front.
I mean, they're not going to take all of his money. There's no way that works out. You know what I mean? Like, he'll be fine. You know, he'll probably cover the bills with this fight. if he's going to end up broke one day just because he just doesn't seem to have any care at all about like the amount of money he's spending.
Right. He's got the 6 Rolls Royces, and you're just like, right. you needed one of those.
You didn't need any.
You didn't need any. But
Floyd Mayweather doesn't like cars. Like, you heard him talk about his car collection.
He gets chauffeured.
He doesn't like to drive. Doesn't particularly know anything about cars. Just sees them as status symbols, and he buys them. That's all it is. It's done.
Pretty much.
He wakes in our time. This is the terrible thing, is that he wastes people's time on Saturday night. He's wasting our time today.
He's wasted all of my time every day this summer, except I feel like I have to let the people know, don't be a sucker.
A public warning message. Beautiful.
It's a PSA. You've been listening to Clutch with Keon Rose on AM 1240 and 92.7 FM. Thank you for joining me today. Thanks, Kerwin, for joining us on the show. Remember, folks, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Stay clutch, and I'll see you in 24 hours.
In-depth traffic, news, and information. Mornings on Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
You've been in a wreck.
756-6400.
You've been wrongfully fired.
756-6400.
A turkey is suing.